The UK is wealthy, but for many people it's not prosperous. Our economy is failing to deliver for so many people. Forces of resentment and anger have entered our politics as a growing number of people are left behind. We have record numbers of people in poverty, and over 4 million people regularly go a day without eating. How can we think more intelligently about how we can make sure our economy makes people prosperous in a way we can afford? Our research presented in this paper demonstrates unequivocally that money spent on providing basic services, the most fundamental building blocks for life required by every citizen in the 21st century, dramatically reduces the cost of basic living for those on the lowest incomes. Even if income levels remain static, it will make accessible a life that includes participation, builds belonging and common purpose, and potentially strengthens the cohesion of society as a whole.
Unskilled wages have stagnated for many people in developed countries. And then going forward, automation and technology are likely to change the way all of us work. And there are some pretty big risks here. In particular, there are risks that people at the lower end of the labour market either see their jobs disappear or find that they become increasingly insecure in their forms of employment and that their wages continue to stagnate. So one idea that's been talked about a lot recently is universal basic income, the concept of a basic or citizen's income that would be paid to everybody, irrespective of whether they had a job or not. But we want to take that in a rather different direction. So we've been looking at something which we call universal basic services. So what would that mean in practice? So, for example, we've been looking at the idea of providing free transport for everybody. We've been looking at whether we could provide free communication services, mobile phones, access to broadband for everybody. Providing these services free at the point of use to all members of society would help us communicate better with each other, would help people participate more fully, would help people not only be able to get jobs and keep jobs, but to have greater choice about how they participated in society, greater choice about how they function in the labour market, and would make us all better off.
One of the funny things is that we have the NHS and we have no problem understanding that for healthcare, of course it should be a service. We don't send people money so that they can buy private health insurance, and yet we have some difficulty bringing that idea over to the other side. What we're proposing is that that is exactly the idea that we can use in different parts of our society and really have an effect on poverty and life chances for people across our society.